welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. If you're new, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below as well as the little bell so you get a notification every time I post a new video. If you are not new to my channel, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for your loyal support. Thank you for being a subscriber to my channel, and thank you for clicking on this video to watch. So, as you can tell by the title of today's video, I just want to talk to you guys about military nursing in general and what it means to be a nurse in the military. I speak specifically on my experience as an Air Force nurse, and just to talk to you guys about how to know if military nursing or being in the Air Force is for you. I get a lot of questions in my DM on Instagram or in the email about individuals who are interested in joining the military. I get questions from nursing students and questions from high schoolers who eventually want to join the military. So I just want to take the time out to talk to you guys about how to know if this is something that is for you, and if this is something that you should potentially pursue. So if you guys are interested in seeing this video, then please keep watching. Okay guys, so first and foremost, I want to say all opinions expressed in this video are solely of my own and not that of the military or that of the Air Force in general. And I also want to say that all of the things that I share with you guys are my opinion solely. If you have a desire to join the military, whether it be Army, Air Force, Navy, whatever branch, this video is just to guide you along in your thought process, give you some tips, just to kind of be there to help you, because I do get a lot of questions. It is not to be used as your sole decision-making tool. Use your life, your family, use your spiritual life. I'm a Christian, so I use God. Use whatever means you need to use as a decision maker in your life. This video is just to be a guide to help you in that decision making process. So I want to throw that out there now, just to cover grounds, because I know how people can get, and I'm not in for any ridiculous comments or emails or DMs. Just to let you know, your girl is not about it, okay? Alright guys, so now that I've gotten that out of the way, the first thing I want to say for anybody that has an interest in military nursing, I would say for those that are in high school, of course, definitely focus on your grades and then find a reputable nursing program to get into. It is so much easier to get into the military if you already have a bachelor's degree. Like I've said in some of my other videos, just from my opinion, it's a lot easier to go in already with a degree in hand because you have something to present already. Unfortunately, they do not take LPN experience, so definitely have that bachelor's degree. Now, whether you have nursing experience or not, that's up to you. I went in with nursing experience and I thought it was helpful, but if you have nursing experience or not, that's up to you. But definitely having a bachelor's degree already is beneficial. So that would be number one, having a bachelor's degree. Now, whether you have the nursing experience or not, like I said, that's up to you. If you have nursing experience, that's great, but what they do is they take your time and then they cut it in half, and then that's how they decide your rank. If you don't have nursing experience at all, you'll go through a nurse transition program or like a nurse residency program. The second thing I would say as far as military nursing, and this encompasses military in general. You have to know that when you enter into the military, you are now no longer just yourself. You are a sole member of the military, which means you are government property. That's what you're labeled as. You have to act out these orders that are given to you. You have to understand that there will be times where you will be deployed. Deployments usually, at least for Air Force, for the medical aspect, are 6 months. Sometimes you'll have to go TDY, which are like temporary assignments, and those can be anywhere from a couple days to a couple weeks, to even like 2 months. So there's a lot of shifting your life around, but once you get the hang of it, if you have, family support, even if you have children, or like myself, I don't have children, but I have a dog. So just learning to rearrange your life in the way that it would need to be rearranged when these things come up, then everything would work out for you. Sometimes things are last minute, so you would have to understand that. It's military and you would think that they are very structured, but sometimes they are not. Sometimes things come up last minute. Like you guys know that I'm now a validated CCAT member and I had to go to CCAT training. That was last minute. I knew that I was supposed to be going, and I was told one day in a particular month. Come to find out, I was called and I had to be ready to go within 4 days. So I'm scrambling to get myself ready to go. Okay, so another thing you have to take into consideration if you want to pursue a career in the military as a nurse, you will not just be a nurse. I say that all the time and people are like, what do you mean you're not just a nurse? You're not just a nurse. You will take on other roles. So myself, for example, yes, I'm an ICU nurse, but I also act as, NOD, which is nurse of the day is what they call it. So it's like nurse supervisor. Sometimes I'm a charge nurse. I also have leadership roles that they expect you to take on as an officer. So I am a BLS instructor, so they can see that, hey, I don't mind teaching others, or I teach people on the unit. Sometimes we get phase 2 students which come through. So think of phase 2 students as nursing students in the civilian world. Phase 2 students will come to the unit and they're trying to get trained up for their job they're going to go to. So, they want to see you, how are you teaching these students, or, what are you doing on base? How are you volunteering your free time? So definitely think about those leadership opportunities. So you're not just going to be a nurse. You cannot think in the same civilian mindset that you have or think you're going to have coming into the military. You will not just do your 12-hour shift and go home. It doesn't work like that. The same way things operate as far as meetings for the civilian side, now yes, that still happens because I know that there are civilian staff meetings, but it's to a different extent when you enter the military. So you'll have things like air shows and various things where it is mandatory if you're active duty for you to be on the base. So things like that you have to remember, okay, I'm not a civilian, I am military, I am active duty, these are the rules that I follow. Okay, so another consideration for anybody that feels like they have a desire to want to be in the military, the hard work that you're going to put in to keep your grades up, to present yourself as someone who the military should select to go through officer training. The hard work that you put in to go through all that, you're going to have to keep up that hard work if you get selected and you join the military. You're going to have to keep up that hard work with your physical fitness. You're going to need to pass every one of your PT tests. You cannot have an unsatisfactory. Any unsatisfactory PT test equals a failure. You have to have a pass. An unsatisfactory is a failure, and a failure, of course, is a failure. So when it comes to thinking about whether you want to be a nurse in the military, you also need to think about your long-term goals. Do you want to go back to school? Are you using the military to get your GI Bill? Are you using the military to eventually go through AFIT, which is like the Air Force school where they pay to go back to school? If you're wanting to go back to school through the military, when you join the military, you have to at least have spent 2 years on active duty before you can qualify to start applying for the AFIT program. If you do spend at least 2 years on active duty and you qualify, or you start applying and you get accepted into the AFIT program, AFIT pays for you to go to school. You do everything. You go to school. You do nothing but go to school, pass your classes, graduate, everything. And then you owe back the military that time as your new career field choice. So most people do it for CRNA or MP. So you also want to think about those options as well. So, in my personal opinion, anybody that is interested in military nursing, that's great, that's fabulous. I just want everybody to realize the amount of commitment that is involved, the sacrifices that are involved, and then I also want people to understand that it is not something that you do just for funsies or just to be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go join the military because I want to be a nurse. Like, no, it doesn't work like that, okay? There are huge commitments that have to be made and fulfilled. And so my advice for anybody that is interested, like I said, of course, keep your grades up, get really strong letters of recommendations from multiple people with multiple different backgrounds with really strong credentials. Keep your physical fitness up. Get experience if you can. Not necessary, of course, like I said. Of course, make sure you don't have, any law violations in your background. If you do have, speeding tickets and things like that, make sure those are paid. Just, make sure you gather all your transcripts. Do everything that you can ahead of time when you start talking to a recruiter. So when they start sending you the paperwork, you can just start like filling everything out. Make sure you have a really strong purpose statement, and your purpose statement is just about you and why you want to join the Air Force, and what you can bring to the Air Force. Yes, you have to talk about what you would bring to the Air Force because you have to sell yourself. That's basically what they're looking for. Make sure you know the Air Force core values and the Air Force mission statement. So that's basically my advice on what to kind of bring to the application process. I know I talked about this one time before in a video, but it's kind of been a little while, so I just wanted to bring a little refresher into this video here. So yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about kind of what to expect, and just based off the fact that I get a lot of questions from people who have an interest in joining, and I feel like people maybe don't really fully comprehend what it means to be a nurse in the military. So I just wanted to kind of break it down a little bit, just from my time being in so far. And of course, I'm going to have a 1-year update video, and that's going to be happening in a few months from now. I'm just a couple months shy of my 1-year Air Force anniversary, so I'm super excited about that. But I definitely just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys and just really share what it's like, and kind of what to expect, tips, and just kind of have a little chit chat with you guys. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was helpful. Leave me your thoughts down in the comments section below. And of course, like I said, you guys are free to reach out to me in the DM on Instagram or send me an email. Either one of those two are usually the easiest to reach out to me. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!